welcome back to my channel. In this video, I want to share with you some pantry staples or some freezer staples that I always have on hand. Now, please know that I believe fresh is best. You always want to get the freshest produce, organic, non-GMO types of whole foods in your house above everything else. But these are the things that I keep either in the freezer or in the pantry that I have that I can make lots and lots of meals with. Or if I've just really come to the end of my shopping week and I don't have very much fresh food in the house and I'm not going grocery shopping for like another day or so, I have things that I can make actual full meals out of. So I just want to share a couple of those things with you and why I think they're so great to have on hand. So this is what I have in my freezer and my pantry. There's a few more things that I didn't put out on the table, but you get the idea. There's lots of different types of foods here that can be used for multiple types of recipes, which is exactly what I'm talking about in this video and why I find it to be really helpful. Starting out with grains, I always buy organic quinoa. I feed this to the dogs. I use it to make lots of different kinds of meals. Brown rice is a big staple for me. I like to use this particular brown rice in a lot of different things. It is organic, short grain, brown rice, gluten-free. I buy it in a 12-pound bag, and normally I store it in glass. However, because I'm not in my own house, I put it in plastic. Rice noodles are a great thing to have on hand for any kind of Asian meal you want to make. These are really great because they are literally, what I'm pointing there is literally only rice and water. And then I have organic pasta, which I make a lot or often for pasta meals, Italian meals, and I like this brand, it's quite nice. Old-fashioned oats, organic oats, I can make granola bars with these. I can have a hearty breakfast, or if I just am lazy, I can have oatmeal for breakfast. All-purpose flour, also organic. Both of these things I use a lot in baking, whether it be bread or different kinds of cakes or whatever. Now moving on to dried fruit. Dried fruit is something that I think is a really great thing to have as a snack and have on hand. So these are raisins. I've got chia seeds, I've got hemp seeds in the closet, I've got raw cacao beans, which I use for chocolate chip cookies and keeping them vegan. They really give a lovely semi-sweet taste. Pumpkin seeds, sunflower seeds, you name it, I have it. Any kind of nut, I have that, and I utilize all of these in not only recipes, but also just to grab a handful of something to eat on the go. Something that I use a lot are organic cashews. Cashews are wonderful if you want to make any kind of recipe creamy. Of course, you can just have these by the handful, not too many, because they are quite high in fat, all nuts are. And then my favorite green formula is this Marcus Rothkranz green, Wild Force green formula. I have a whole video on it, I'll link it down below. Next up are beans. So beans and diced tomatoes and tomato paste are big staples for me. I can make multiple types of meals with all of these things. Diced tomatoes, tomato paste, anything Italian you want to make with a red sauce, those lend really well to that. Garbanzo beans are great for hummus, black beans for lots of different things, for stews or soups. Lentils or any kind of dried bean is really great for soups, or if you just want to make your own beans. I love dried beans, they're really very useful. Okay, these are things that I use for baking. Apple cider vinegar is great for salad dressings. It's great in baking, actually, as a substitute for some different things that are not plant-based. Ground flaxseed is a huge winner in my book when it comes to baking. You can make a flax egg, which is a substitute for what you would normally put an egg in. You put a tablespoon of flaxseed, 2.5 tablespoons of water, let that sit for a little bit, and the consistency really mimics egg in baking recipes. Baking soda, baking powder, all those things, keep them on hand. Moving on to spices. Vegetable bouillon, Rapunzel is my absolute favorite. Any kind of soup you want to make, you can start with that. These are some of the spices that I like. I love cumin, paprika, thyme, bay leaves, chili flakes. I love curry. I love dill. Add whatever you want. I have so many more spices in this, but these are my favorites, so I just thought I would show that to you. You can also use vegetable bouillon for sauteing things that you don't want to add extra fat to. Moving on to the freezer, I've got peas, I've got corn, I've got frozen fruit. All of these things I love to have on hand because I throw these into lots of different recipes. You can make pretty much any kind of smoothie with strawberries, with mango chunks, with any kind of frozen fruit you like. I've even got some cherries in there, which are really, really lovely. So I always keep frozen fruit organic if at all possible. Moving on to potatoes. Sweet potatoes are so versatile. I bake them, I make them into French fries, I put them into soups. They're absolutely wonderful. Onions are, again, a staple for me. I love onions. They add so much flavor. I always buy sweet onions and red onions. And then I also always buy just regular potatoes. Again, put them in soup, make them French fries, mash them up. There's so many ways that you can eat potatoes. All right, so now you've seen all these things that I have. What the heck do you do with them? I'm gonna show you. With these ingredients right here, you could make any kind of smoothie. If you even have 1 orange, or if you have 1 cup of almond milk, you could add any of these ingredients in and make a lovely smoothie. Chia seed works really well if you wanna add some healthy fat to a smoothie. Vanilla gives flavor. Whatever kind of organic fruit you wanna put in there is going to give you some lovely vitamins A and C, and dates provide sweetness. If you don't have fresh greens, you can use the green formula to put in there also to make sure that you are getting enough greens. Obviously, if you have anything fresh, you can add it to this. The plethora of smoothies that you can make is truly endless, endless, endless. Craving Thai food? All right, you got your rice noodles. Peanuts soaked in a little bit of water for about an hour, plus some dates, plus a couple of other ingredients thrown into the Vitamix can make you a really lovely preservative-free peanut sauce. Throw some fresh vegetables on there and you've got an entire meal. Potatoes. Say you want McDonald's French fries and you're like, no, I'm gonna be healthy. You can make no oil baked potatoes or French fries with either one of these. Moving on to a soup. Take a potato, any kind of your choice, some of the frozen vegetables. If you have anything fresh, you can add it in there. Vegetable bouillon, thyme is great for soups. Bay leaves are great. You can add some onion, add some garlic. Any kind of fresh vegetable that you might have on hand would work with this combination. Celery, tomatoes, what have you. Looking for Mexican? This is a great way to add a protein-packed staple to a Mexican dish or just a wonderful, healthy bowl of goodness. So black beans and rice are complete protein. Black beans and quinoa have a lot of protein as well. Quinoa is one of the grains with the highest amount of protein in it. If you want to saute your onions in vegetable bouillon, you're going to save on fat, and cumin always gives kind of like a Mexican type flavor. Looking for Italian something or another? You can always make a sauce with diced tomato and tomato paste. If you have any fresh tomatoes, you can add them in, even if you have one. Saute some onions, some garlic together, and put all of those things together, and it makes for a lovely meal. If you want to make the sauce creamy, you can always throw the diced tomatoes, the tomato paste, the whole cashews into the Vitamix and make a really unbelievably, can't even believe it's vegan, creamy type of tomato sauce. I have many recipes on my channel that you can check out for those kinds of creamy sauces. Looking to make bread? Want to put some nuts and seeds into it? You can do that too. I have a bread recipe that is really easy to follow. I'll link it down below and you're gonna love it. All of these things here are used for baking. If I were to add a little bit of maple syrup or some cane sugar to any of these ingredients, I could make anything from granola bars to chocolate chip cookies to vegan cake that is absolutely out of this world. All these things I keep on hand in case I need to make something sweet for guests. I hope this video was really helpful to you. For me, these kinds of things are very helpful because they help me realize that I have more options than I actually think. I can make a lot of recipes out of just a handful of things that I keep on hand. And it's really, really great to have these staples in my pantry. So I hope that it's helpful to you. The reason I make these videos is so that hopefully they are enriching your life or helping you in some way, make some shortcuts, something like that, to live a healthier life. Please give the video a thumbs up if you liked it, and let's talk down below, and I will see you in the next video. Bye.